Hi again. Hey, thanks for coming back. I have another surprise for you today. You want to see what it is? All right, take a look. Voila, it is a Coleman camp oven. So, about a couple months back, we had an electric toaster oven and it went tizzles up. And so we decided, well, we were having a lot of fun cooking outside, so let's try this. Found it online. We'll put a link to it in the description, and we're gonna show you how it works today. For starters, look at how compact it is. That was one of the reasons why we picked it, because it doesn't take up much space. So let's pull it out of the box. The instructions, which are very handy. I'll go over some of those. An oven rack, and then the oven itself. All right, so you take it out of the box, and then this is the front of the oven. It's got a heat indicator, a locking knob, and down at the bottom, it has a lock latch. To get this open, you're going to want to open that like so. It also has one on the back top, so you want to open that as well. Then it opens accordion style like this. It has a base and a lid, so set it on a flat surface. So I'm going to put the base down first, and I want you to notice in here that there are some slots. And you see the slots right here, and there's two slots over on this side. Well, there are matching tabs on the base, so you want to kind of hold the side so that the tabs fit into the slots, okay, like that. And you can see them out here, yes. Next, we're going to put the lid up. Same thing. You've got tabs and slots there, tabs and slots, and then you close your locking latch. In the front, close your locking latch. Okay, there's your oven, and then the instructions tell you to go diagonal with the oven rack. And we're going to use the middle tier on this. And let me tell you the story why. So a couple days ago, we tried this out for the first time, and we recommend that you use something inexpensive because if it doesn't turn out, you can just chuck it. Okay, no worries. But if you have $50 worth of halibut in there, you're going to be kind of upset if it burns, which is what happened to our brownies. I picked brownies, and we ended up with the bottom part of the brownies were completely burnt and black, and the top was still gooey. We had the oven rack on the bottom tier, and it was difficult to try to keep the heat indicator adjusted where we wanted it. So it is a bit of fine tuning you have to do, but we're gonna try it again today with another batch of brownies. So follow me in here, and I'm just gonna whip them up real quick, and then we'll come back to the oven and get to baking. Ha ha. All right, so homemade brownie mix. We will link the recipe in the description, so look for that. But I'm mixing powdered ingredients with wet ingredients. This is homemade. All the ingredients you can pronounce. Okay. Don't want to waste any of this delicious goodness. Let's go get her started. I'm going to get this preheating. So let me show you how I set this up. First of all, get your Coleman stove open. In the instructions, it tells you to have the wing flaps against the lid. And what we discovered cooking from it last time is that even having the lid further back away from your cooking surface is good. And the reason for that is that you can place the oven more center on the burner, because you want the burner in the middle of your oven here. And that's where we want to place it. Once this thing gets heated up, it's going to be hot. So you're going to want to have some oven mitts too. There we go. All right. Okay, we made it to 350. So we turned it down a little bit because I had it cranked. And let's go ahead and put in our delicious brownies. Okay, so I just want you to notice that, so after we put the brownies in, I did turn the temperature down, or the heat down a little bit on the stovetop, and it dropped it 100 degrees. So this is a little bit of finesse here, that you need to work with the temperature depending upon what it is you're cooking. Okay, it's been about 28 minutes and I think they might be done. So look at that. Oh yeah, they're starting to get, oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, the brownies are done. What we learned is we had to finagle the temperature with the Coleman stove here, and to keep it at the right temperature that we wanted it up here. The other thing we learned is that putting the rack in the middle spot seemed to work out. When we had made those brownies before, the rack was on the bottom, so they burnt. And the other thing we learned was putting the lid back a ways and centering the oven on top of the stove. That worked out really well. All right, the true test is, how do they taste? Well, there is a little bit of burnt on the bottom, just a tiny bit. It's kind of crispy. I need one more bite. And they're a little bit dry. But hey, for a camp oven, that's not bad. I think we should try something else too. We need to try to make a meal.
For a real meal, we decided to cook heavenly halibut and asparagus. However, we're not doing real halibut. We actually bought some ling cod. It's a little bit cheaper. We're still not quite certain about this oven. We didn't want to spend 50 bucks on halibut, but we're going to make heavenly ling cod. So the oven is heated up. The first thing we're going to do is throw the asparagus in. The recipe for all of this stuff is on our website. You can see that in the link in the description below. But let's get the asparagus cooking. Okay, this thing's been going on high for almost 10 minutes. And it's at about 450 degrees. That's a little warmer than we need, but as you may remember, we were having trouble keeping it hot enough when we made the brownies, so I'm not going to worry about it. Also, we put the oven rack on the top setting this time, and we're just going to start with the asparagus just like that. And take a look at it. Yeah, so right now the temperature just dipped down a little bit. It's supposed to be about 400 degrees. So that'll work good, and we'll start the timer. The asparagus has been cooking for about 15 minutes, and I think it's done. I just looked at it, but I want to check it with a fork. So let's see, does that, oh yeah. Yeah, the asparagus is done. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to grab the ling cod. All right, and here goes the cod. I'm going to turn that up again because opening the oven kind of let a bunch of heat out. So for 15 minutes, I had to keep turning this up and down and up and down to keep that temperature correct. I don't know if that's because our propane stove is 25 years old or if that's just the way these things work. But the good thing about fish is it's very forgiving, and this should only take about 5 to 8 minutes to cook. The fish has been going about 15 minutes. That took a little longer than we would have expected, but actually it is kind of some thick slices of fish. But if you look here, we think they're looking pretty good. They're just about done. This is kind of opaque looking, so that's what we want. So, time for heavenly topping. Like I said, this is linked in the description below. Usually we make halibut with this, but it works equally well with cod. And we just spoon that onto here and spread it evenly like that. And the fish is basically done right now. And we're just putting this topping on to just give it a nice finish. And we'll throw that back in the oven and maybe let this go, I don't know, 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes. So the temperature's been hovering right around 400, 425 the whole time the fish has been in there. And that's been with me futzing with the control knob here, but pretty much 400, 425, 15 minutes, and mosquitoes are getting me. But 5 more minutes and we'll eat. Okay, so we're gonna dig in. So the fish cooked for 15 minutes at first, and then we put the heavenly topping on and went another 5. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Let's see if this is any good. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Did it turn out?
It did. Surprising it took so long, but it's good.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So we've had the camp oven for a little over a month now, 2 months maybe, but we haven't been able to find any fresh fish. So we finally found some yesterday, found a market in Anchorage, and it's super nice to have some fresh fish for a change.
This is good fish too.
So how would you rate that camp oven?
Like on a scale of 0 to 5? Mm-hmm. Well, I'd have to say for convenience and space, like 5 stars. For reliability, I give it like a 3 to a 4, probably 3.5. How about you? How would you rate it?
I think overall I'd give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with it. It does take a bit of tinkering. You got to figure it out. I mean, right out of the box, like we did, I would not recommend cooking anything expensive. Figure out how it's going to work with your cook stove and get your moves down. But once you do, yeah, considering you're out camping and you're not in a nice, fully equipped kitchen, you can eat some really good food. Check this out. This is jammin'. So yeah, I'd say overall between the two of us, 4 stars.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hey, if this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up.
And if you like these videos, hit the subscribe button and you can watch more.
And after you've subscribed, if you ring that little bell down there, you'll be notified when we put out a new video. And we'll be putting out lots more like this. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye.